going to talk a bit about funeral timing and this idea of delaying the funeral. And sometimes people do that for good reason, and sometimes that's exactly the right thing to do. But it's often worth having a good think about whether or not that is exactly the right thing to do. After a death, whether it's expected or unexpected, there's a kind of way the window is open. The veil is thin. We're cracked open. Everything is a little bit raw and tender because we've been in this liminal space where someone has crossed through. And we need a way to bring us out of that and back into the everyday world. And a funeral does many, many things, but one of the things it does is kind of turn the page, both for the person who's died, it launches them across to the village of the ancestors, but it also is a page-turning moment for the people who are still here. It gives people a way to end one stage of their grief, say goodbye to a certain part of it, and then move on to the next. And if we delay the funeral, that energy, instead of being contained and being a moment that changes, kind of drizzles out. And sometimes we never really make that change because we're not ritually supported to do it. So it can be tempting to delay the funeral until it's more convenient, until the kids are out of school, until everybody's visiting for the summer, until. But there's an important reason to have a ceremony of some sort within about a week after the death. And there's another reason where it's actually a value for funerals to be a little bit inconvenient. When you get on a plane and fly across the country on 4 days' notice, it's kind of a pain in the neck in a way, but it says this matters. And there's not much I can do for this family to support their grief, but I can do this thing that is hard and a little bit inconvenient to me. And it says, what's happening for you is so important, I will drop everything to come to you. So it's part of the healing gesture that the community offers to the family, to come when it happens rather than when it's convenient.